This is 2.2, example 1, writing trigonometric ratios for angles in any quadrant. So we're going to sketch our angle, and it's going to have an x, or it's going to pass through point P, which has an x coordinate of -8. So I'm going to run it. It's not going to work for my scale. Okay, put -8 right here, and we'll say 15 is here. So it's got a negative x coordinate and a positive y coordinate. That puts it in the second quadrant. So here's P, -8, 15. Okay, so like I said in the notes, we're going to draw a reference triangle. Our angle has its terminal arm passing through this point, right? And so we're going to make our reference triangle. There's angle by just dropping that line straight down there. Okay, and so now we're looking at this triangle right here. Okay. So even though we've drawn the reference triangle, we are finding the sine, cos, and tan ratios for our original angle. Okay. Since the x coordinate of our point is -8, we just put an x value of -8. So that's the length of this horizontal leg. The length of this vertical leg here is 15. Okay, and here's our reference angle. Okay. Okay. Now, in order to do sine and cos, we're going to need to have the r value. Okay, so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so since r is the hypotenuse, you c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So in this case, it's r squared equals x squared plus y squared. Okay, so -8 in brackets, of course, squared, because it's got to come out positive, right? So this is 64 plus 225. Okay. R squared equals 289, and so what is that? That's like 27, right? 17, sorry. Okay, r equals 17. Notice that even though we're taking the square root, it's not plus or minus 17 because r is always positive. Okay, so simple then to find sine, cos, and tan. Sine for our triangle is the opposite over the hypotenuse, so 15 over 17. Cos is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, that's -8 over 17. And tan is the opposite over the adjacent, so 15 over -8, and we just put that negative in front instead of in our denominator because we don't like to have a negative sign in our denominator. Okay, and remember, and did I say this in the notes? I'm not sure I said it this way. We had all trig ratios positive in the first quadrant, only sine, only tan, and only cos. And I remember that as all soup turns cold. Okay, starting in the first quadrant and going around 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all soup turns cold. I made that look like an eye. Okay, so and we can confirm that, right? We're in the second quadrant. We have a sine value that's positive, and both our cos and tan values are negative. So we should know that we've done this properly.